Hey everyone, my name's Dan and I run Revival Fitness Rehabilitation. So today I just want to talk to you about mobility and show you a video for some exercises for the hamstrings at the back of the thigh to really help increase some length and something different from the traditional stretching that most people do. They call it static stretching. So often we find that people who have really tight hamstrings have problems with exercises that kind of require picking up from the ground, lifting. The classic gym exercise is the deadlift. And once these get really tight at the back of the thigh, start to put more pressure on your back. Lower back can cause back issues, neck issues, and stuff like that. So to get a really good stretch for the hamstrings, I'm going to take you through a couple of mobility exercises, and these are going to be dynamic, which just means there's going to be body parts moving. So the first thing with any of these exercises for the hamstrings, we're always needing to make sure we've got our core nice and tight, nice and strong, and that's not going to move around. So this part through the core stays stable and doesn't move, but your hips, these are the bits that move. So that's going to be the key. Movement at the hips, stable at the core. And that's how we're going to get through these. So the first exercise, using the chair here as my tool, it's going to work kind of both legs at the same time, and it's going to be the first exercise we're going to look at. So I'm going to show you how that goes. So, as I said, use the tool, as I saw, nice and stable through the back, nice straight line, proud chest, keep that chest up. And using your hands to stabilise you, all we're going to be doing is bending from the hip. So when you bend from the hip, your bum goes backwards, okay, until you feel a slight stretch down the back with our knees bent, okay. Then all that happens, you straighten out those knees, push the knees back, brings that tension into the hamstring to give that stretch. So you can just do 5 pulses, just nice, slow and steady, getting that stretch from the hamstring. To progress it, just step back a little bit from that chair, same thing, soft knees, strong through the back, proud chest, bend, and then it's just straightening those knees again. So do sets of 5 and then almost progressively walk yourself slightly further away from the chair, and that will help you to get into a really extended position through those hamstrings the further away from the chair you are. Okay, so that's exercise 1. To go into more detail, if you've kind of progressed with that and feeling good, the hamstrings actually have 3 muscles, 2 on the inside of the leg and 1 on the outside, which means that they have slightly different actions or movements, and we can change where we get that stretch. So the progression exercise, once you've done the first one with the chair, I'll move that chair just coming forwards. So this time we're going to have the same mentality, a slight bend into the knee, strong through the core, moving from the hips. But we're just going to put 1 foot up onto the chair, okay? So if you're going to start off like this, you can have both your toes facing forward, so foot on the ground, foot on the stool or chair, they're both facing forwards. Same thing, strong core, nice and tight, proud chest, bend from the hip. As you bend from the hip, you'll start to kind of pull that stretching through the back of the thigh, okay? The knee position stays the same, but the movement comes from the hip. And so you just get yourself into this little bit of a pulse movement again, and you start to bring on that stretch. So the first exercise, we had the movement from the knees, giving the stretch. The second exercise, we had the movement coming from the hip. So we're kind of pulling the muscles from both ends as we go through. Now, as I said, to target the different muscles on the inside or outside, we can actually just change our foot position. So if I was going to target my muscles on the inside of the thigh, my standing leg, I'm just going to go to turn my toes outwards, and the foot on the stool, again, turning those toes slightly outwards. This will target more through that inner thigh. And same thing, my foot's up on the stool, this one, I'm going to go with the same hand as foot, so my right foot, right hand, strong through the core, bend from the hip, for that stretch down the back, and coming back up, okay? Again, going through 5 of those kind of pulse movements. Then what I want you to do, target the outside muscle, turn the standing foot slightly in, foot on the stool slightly in, so the toes are slightly pointing at each other. And we're going to go this time with opposite hand to foot. So right foot, left hand, again, bending from that hip just to pull that little bit of a stretch on the hamstring. Now this will get the outside of the thigh, and this one, because you're turning in, is a little bit less stable in terms of your balance. So if you do need help, use your hands to stabilise on that chair, get that back position, and then just have a slight reach, might not be much, just to pull that hamstring into a little bit of stretch. So again, 5 repetitions. So do 5 movements toes out, 5 movements toes in, and that'll just start to individualise that stretch for your muscles, and you might kind of feel that, okay, one side feels particularly tighter than the other, or it feels just, actually that feels like a really nice relieving stretch, and then you're going to know, okay, that's what I need to target. So that's my dynamic mobility for hamstrings. Give those a go. Any questions, any doubts, comment below or send me a message, and I can kind of talk you through that or give you a little bit more information. Okay, enjoy guys, take care.